Hello, Sagittarius. This is Adrian Igo, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside, coming to you with your horoscope for February 2008 or 2019. And I guess the big thing is the new moon coming up, and any day now, right on the 4th. We're going to be having that new moon coming up, and that's going to be in Aquarius, I believe. So just trying to make sure I've got my dates right, because I didn't do much investigating like I should before I do what I do. Right now the sun is at 9 degrees, and that's what I was checking. The sun today, and today is, by the way, the 29th, but the sun is at 9 degrees of Aquarius, and the moon is at 5 degrees of Sagittarius, and Mercury is at 9 degrees of Aquarius. And for some reason, I was led to look at that, and the moon is in Sagittarius. I guess it's no mistake that I was led to do Saggy's chart today, because that is like no joke right there, that this is occurring. But yeah, we're looking at right now, we've got the moon in Sag, right? Or no, yeah, the moon is in Sag, and we've got Jupiter in Sag, we've got Venus still in Sag at the moment, and Jupiter in Sag is 17 degrees, Venus 24 degrees, so they're a little wide, but we've got the moon at 5 degrees right now, and so there's a lot of emphasis in your first house right now. You're coming into the month of February pretty happy. I mean, you're going to be coming into the month kind of jovial, right? And then the moon's going to be moving through Capricorn, and then on the 4th, we're going to have that moon, that new moon in Aquarius. And I'm just trying to look up something about that new moon. February. 2019. Yes. We are looking at the new moon on Monday, February 4th. That's right. I just wanted to make sure. First quarter on the 12th, and full moon on the 19th. That's a Tuesday. And that full moon, I believe, is going to be in Virgo. So we're looking at, I just want to make sure we're looking at Aquarius, because that's what I heard. I believe it's Aquarius. That is where it occurs. Yes, in Aquarius. Probably right on my freaking Mercury again. Let me look up that day. I bet you. What is the... I'm just looking up the degree, you guys. Just don't mind me. I should have did this before, because I'm a degree fanatic. I don't know how many of you guys are like that, but I'm into that. The degree is everything for me. So I'm trying to find them. Just trying to make sure I get the right degree. Because that's important to me, and I really did not do my research. So I usually have the degrees right in front of me, and so I apologize for that. Yeah, there we go. Let me make sure I got it. Oh, it's not there. See, I started doing this before I did my research, which I do apologize. I don't normally do that. I've just been so out of it. It's been so busy and just a little insane, to be honest with you. That I've not, but I wanted to make sure I started the video, because you know why? Okay, and I this is all happening for a reason. I'm gonna tell you why it's happening. This is happening so I could discuss what I need to discuss about what I need to discuss right now, right? Because I really believe with all my heart that You know, there's some laziness attached to having Jupiter in Sagittarius. Yeah, I have been extra lazy. I mean, has anyone else been extra lazy? I am extra lazy. Just give me the degree. Will someone give me the degree? I'm so upset. See, when I need a degree, here we go. Okay, 15 degrees. Okay, I do have OCD. Just throwing it out there. Like, there's certain things. Sometimes you might see me do certain things with my hair. Like, every once in a while, I've noticed I have tics. But one of the things, like, if my brain gets onto something and it starts niggling at something, I've got to complete that thing. And I'm sure that probably drives you, Saggies, crazy, because you guys are so good at assimilating information, getting information, compiling information, storing and compartmentalizing the information. You guys, a lot of you guys are genius. And I think I'm being led to this day and looking at what's going on with the new moon on the day and on the 4th and all of that, because, you know, well, Aquarius is sextile Sagittarius. And there's a lot of Aquarius going on right now, and that's sextiling these planets in Sagittarius. And when I first looked up some things, I think I saw that something was at 17 degrees of Aquarius or whatever, or Sagittarius. I think it was Jupiter. And then Venus, we had Venus at like 24 degrees, right? So it's weird because these are making sextiles to the planets that are going to be in Aquarius in the month of February. You're going to have some really nice sextiles going on, which is going to be very positive for you, Sagittarius. I mean, it's really going to have a lot of emphasis, I think, with your communication, which is why I think just what I just did, typing on, you know, looking it up on Google, speaking, talking, writing, searching online, all third house things. Communication. Like years ago, the third house used to be like the house of publications, whereas the ninth house was like the house of like big journals and like college books, right? Heavier books. And but like Time and Newsweek or, you know, National Geographic, that's third house. Well, now things like Google, Facebook, you know, or searching, I'm more like the more search engines, that's third house. See, that's how we assimilate and gather our information. So when there's a lot of information or lots of emphasis going on in the third house, which in your case is Aquarius, well, you know, that's emphasis on your communication, whether it's doing Google searches or sourcing for recruitment or writing essays or whatever it is that has to do with the basic levels of communication or actions of communication. Third house, I always think of reading, writing, arithmetic. Reading, writing, and arithmetic. Okay, so a lot of that may go on during the month of February. Okay, because that's where the sun is going to be at 15 degrees. As of the 4th, the new moon. The new moon's going to be conjunct the sun at 15 degrees on the 4th, and Mercury is going to be at 19 degrees in Aquarius on the 4th. So that's amazing because that Mercury at 19 degrees is sextile Jupiter in Sagittarius. So again, the emphasis, right? Learning Jupiter in Sag, sextile Mercury in Aquarius. First of all, Mercury in Aquarius always indicates genius. I should know. I was born with Mercury in Aquarius. But here's the thing. It's actually sitting in your solar third house. So that means Mercury's at home and Jupiter's at home and they're sextile each other. And we are talking about you possibly making some of your hopes and dreams and wishes and things come true through maybe some written communication and maybe even documents or something of that nature. So write and get out in the mail what you need to get out in the mail and take care of the important documents that you need to take care of, and put in your best intentions for manifesting the best if it's something important. And I believe you're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you desire. Whenever there's emphasis in Aquarius, well, Aquarius rules the natural 11th house. And what does the 11th house rule? Hopes and dreams and wishes and friends and friendships and clubs and groups and organizations and associations and all of that outy type persona thing that let's go out with my friends and party. 11th house. Okay, so that emphasis is happening right now, and the sun and the moon are conjunct there, and they are technically sextile that Jupiter, as is Mercury. It's very positive. I would say for Saggies, since your Jupiter's in your sun sign right now in the month of February, I'm advising Saggies to put out their best hopes, wishes, and intentions. Put out to the universe your best intentions for the future and what it is you truly desire. What is it you truly desire, Saggy? What is it you're actually trying to accomplish? What is it that you really, truly want? I mean, only you know what you really want, but it's great to see that you have this potential to get what you want. That's cool. I really believe that's so when it comes to do with anything with education or communication or even like because the third house can be like your neighborhood, like friends and your like your family. Speaking of family though, you guys have emphasis on the area of family pretty much all of the year for certain reasons, but in this case, you guys have Neptune, in Pisces, down in your solar fourth house, and so Neptune, that's that Pisces is that Neptune is squaring your Jupiter pretty much, and it may not feel good because that's the fourth house. It's squaring or creating friction and tension with you, or with your physical. Maybe you might say something or do something that's rubbing someone else wrong in your home, or maybe it's just confusion. Maybe you've had a fallout with somebody and you don't even know what or why. Like what the, like total confusion with a family member, and with no good reason why. What is going on out there? So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. You've got Venus in the first house though, so which is good because it makes you more pleasant. Like no matter what goes on, child, don't you let nobody steal your shine. Don't let nobody steal your shine in the month of February. Because you've got Venus, which has been there for a few weeks now, in the first house, and Jupiter. Now, some of you Saggies could be looking at, you might have been working on losing weight because you might have been gaining weight. I need you also to be aware that you might have been gaining weight, and until Jupiter is out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn, gaining weight can be an issue for some. Okay, so be aware of that. There is some emphasis in the second house of money because, of course, we've been dealing with this Saturn and Pluto in the second house of money, and Mercury has been there. The thing is, Saturn, if you've been working hard for what you want, then you may have gotten some of what you want. As far as, because you put in the foundation, you put in the work. So if you put in the work, then you're going to get back the money. And with Pluto there, that shows that there would be some power behind the work that you put in. So if you put in the work, you're getting back the money. I can see. It could be what you gave, like what did you give? If you put out and gave out some of yourself, of your time, of your energy, of your essence, then you should be able to get back because you're building something strong and solid in the area of what you possess, what you have to offer, what you give. And with Pluto there, so powerful what you have to give. So much power there. You can give so much, and I hope that you're looking at it like from what you can give more so than what you can get. And this might be hard or prove to be harder as the year goes by. See, here's what's going on. The North Node is in Cancer, okay? And Cancer is in your solar 8th house. Now, that is opposing the solar 2nd house of what you possess. But it is in the solar 8th house of what your partner possesses. So you may find that the emphasis is really on your partner right now, and that your partner may possess a great deal, or that there's some type of emotion or security or comfort or nurturing or something of that nature that's being brought to you through perhaps your partner. Or it could be annuities or investments or interest or any of those types of things, because it's the 8th house. It could just be that you're because the Cancer is always nurturing and caring and helping and healing and just almost smothering. You care and love so much. And I could see with the North Node there, you have so much love and caring and nurturing and smothering to give, especially in the area of, like, in the sexual area. I could see that being, something right there. Ooh. But, the North Node in that 8th house, it's deep, emotional conversations. You're having deep emotional conversations, probably with a Cancer, but most likely about money as well. And I would, because your security, it's Cancer is always security. It's in the 8th house. It's telling me you need to put focus on the things that will help make you secure, especially with Neptune sitting down in the 4th house in Pisces, in the solar 4th. Work on the things that make you secure during the year, because while the North Node's in Cancer, your emphasis should be on the things that can help make secure your home, secure your life, secure your family. Work on building your foundation and your structure and like your little cave or corner in the world. Work on that, because and even your legacy and your wills and your trust and your all of that important legal stuff, that work on those kind of documents. If you have to see a therapist, especially since Cancer is emotion, okay, and the North Node is where all the emphasis is going to be. That's where we need to focus, for at least where it's at. And in this case, it's in the 8th house. That can tell me, well, it does indicate to me that, long, deep, personal, and soul-wrenching conversations with someone you care about, maybe a Cancer, but also anyone who's caring and compassionate. It could be a therapist, it could be a social worker, or a psychiatrist, or your clergy, or someone who has the ability to care and nurture and listen to you and share, hopefully, real emotional connection and bonding, that would be great. Okay, and if you feel a need for that specifically, when the sun and the moon are conjunct in Aquarius in your third house of communications on the 4th of February, then that would be a great time to reach out to, like, people you care about, that you have an emotional connection with. I'm thinking brothers or sisters or aunts or uncles or cousins and nieces and nephews. All of them, reach out to them. You know, talk with them. It's a good time to reach out to them. Also, neighbors. You might be close to your neighbors or some people close in your neighborhood. I can see you reaching out and talking and communicating with them as well. But really, it's family. I can see that, okay? But that's one of the things I guess I'm going to recommend is that you, Saggies, reach out and talk with your family and stay in touch with your family members and communicate with them in some way. Reach out, write letters even. So many people don't write letters anymore. It shocks people when they get a letter because it's so rare, right? Do something like that. Now, as for your romance, oh Lord. Oh, don't know what to say about the romance. Don't know what to say about it. Wow. Wow. I don't know why somehow I was hearing an old song. It's very old, and only people my age would know it, but it was what was that group that said, was that ABC that said, it was like, shoot that poison arrow to my heart, shoot that poison arrow. It was an English band. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart, 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 heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Boom, 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 boom. You got Uranus and Mars in the 5th house. It almost, when I look at Mars in the 5th house, it almost looks like a Cupid arrow. That's why I thought of that. And Uranus with the little ball on the bottom. I'm just thinking, like, be careful with Uranus because, well, you know, it's Uranus. And, but Uranus is going forward. It's no longer retrograde. Thank God. I think the decisions... Wait a minute. Is it still? It might still be retrograde. No. It's forward. So I think one of the good things that have happened is that I think that decisions are going forward. People are hearing more positive things. Things that have been stalled are moving forward. In your case, you might have felt like your luck stalled. Because, well, Uranus and Mars are in your 5th house. And Uranus was going retrograde in your 5th house. And it probably felt like things were going backwards. Like you might have lost your love. Like you might have been like, what happened to the love of my life? He disappeared. You might have found a new love that came out of nowhere. Like, what the heck? Or you might find love comes out of nowhere just suddenly. You may find that suddenly out of the blue you have an urge for love because Mars is there and that's something you don't normally pursue. But one of the other things is that this arrow, see, shoot that poison arrow. And why is it a poison arrow? Be aware of why this song is coming into my head. I don't know why. There it goes again. Shoot that poison arrow to my heart. And shoot that poison arrow. I don't know why. Is that ABC? I think it is ABC. Ah, now I'm going to have to look that up on YouTube and hear that song. Shoot. I mean, you know, we're talking about Aries. I mean, it's Aries. It's got Aries on the 5th house. Now, Aries is trine Sag. So it's, I mean, if an arrow is pointed at your heart right now with Mars and Uranus in the 5th house, I think it's going to get to the heart. I do. I think it's going to get to that heart, honey, because that's your 5th house. It's your natural 5th house. So anyone shooting an arrow toward your heart right now is going to hit the heart. And let's just hope that their intentions are pure, because a poison arrow to the heart can mean like your death, man. It could really hurt. So be cautious. Know that, yeah, it's Uranus, and you might want to go off the deep end and jump in with both feet without testing to see how deep it is. But you might want to stop, take a deep breath first, and go, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? Okay? Don't give up the farm and the family. Wait until after Uranus is out of this 5th house area and back in Taurus. Because it's going back in Taurus. And Mars is going to be leaving Aquarius and going into Taurus soon. If you could just wait until Mars and Uranus gets into those more sensible areas, then the decisions will be a lot better. Right now, woo, the love area is on fire. Literally fire. Fire. Boom, 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 boom. Ow. Fire. Okay, anyway. Mars in Aries in the 5th house. Hot, hot, hot. Hot. But Uranus is there, so be cautious, okay? Because, well, I'm a Capricorn and I believe in caution. And you do have Saturn in the 2nd house. It's telling you to conserve what you give, okay? Conserve what you give. Do not give it all. Do not give it all. If you give it all, with Pluto there, you could burn down to the ashes, right? And then you got to rise up again from the phoenix rising from the ashes. Don't give it all. If you give it all, especially if you've already been hurt with Uranus and Mars in the 5th house. So if you find yourself back in another relationship, don't give it all right now, because Saturn's in that 2nd house telling you to hold a little bit to your heart. Play a little bit close to your chest. Don't give it all. You got to conserve a little for yourself. Okay? All right, you guys. I don't know why I've been led to give you that message in particular, but those are the messages that Capricorntigress has been led to tell you. Now, I will say by the 4th, Venus will be out of that 1st house and into your solar 2nd house of Capricorn. But that's a good thing, because anytime Venus goes into the 2nd house, honey, you guys are going to be looking at some money, I'm telling you. And just be cautious. Like, not only, play your emotions a little close to your chest, but play your money a little close to your chest, too. Don't go and be over extravagant when Venus gets into the 2nd house of money, because you might find suddenly you have a little money, because, Pluto's there and Mercury has been there. And now it's in the 3rd house now. So you might be feeling like you're amassing money, or you can think about how you can amass money and all that stuff. But conserve a little bit, especially with Venus going there. Because, you would want to throw caution to the wind with love and with money and anything that you have to give. And so you want to conserve a little bit of yourself so you don't lose yourself or lose what you own and what you possess. Because I don't want to see you guys go down to ashes and have to be the phoenix rising once again from the ashes, and starting up from scratch. So anyway, that's my final message. I just had to get that out there so y'all got that message too. Anyway, this has been Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside.com. I hope you guys have come by and subscribe to Astrology, a look inside, because I've got lots of stuff there. I need to put up a new blog post, sorry guys. But do like and share and subscribe to our videos. And, I got my new Patreon account at patreon.com/CapricornTigress. And then, of course, you can find us on YouTube at facebook.com/Astrology, a look inside. Or our groups where I give away free mini readings. There is a line there, though. It's facebook.com/groups/Astrology, a look inside. Okay. All right, you guys. I'm wishing everyone a very, very beautiful February and a very, very wonderful and romantic fire Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Saggies. Bye.